to be able to just make a choice on your own and just be able to speak for yourself.
This one's wife. Prince George, aged 12. The shadow of Meghan. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. It's Prince George's 12th birthday. Happy birthday to the future king. And a new portrait has been released. It's a picture of the smiling young fellow, and it was taken in Norfolk by Josh Shinner, one of the Prince and Princess of Wales's favoured photographers. He's expected to celebrate his birthday privately with his family and is enjoying the start of the school summer holidays, having just broken up following his penultimate year at Lambrook School just over 2 weeks ago. Apparently he'll enjoy one more year at the Berkshire Prep School, which he attends alongside Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis, before transferring to senior school. There's been huge speculation around the family's next school choice, with Eton, the Prince's alma mater, or Marlborough, the Princess's former school, the likely front-runners for the second in line to the throne. And it'll be interesting to see if this one's wife seeks to overshadow Prince George's 12th birthday as a consequence of the fact that, as I have explained on many occasions, the narcissist hates the birthdays of other people because it means attention is focused on them and not the narcissist, which wounds the narcissist. It doesn't matter if you're the spouse of the narcissist, the parent of the narcissist, the friend of the narcissist, the child of the narcissist, or as is here, the nephew of the narcissist. The fact that people are talking about you and commenting upon you is a problem for the narcissist. Now, it's not like this one's wife can do something at George's private birthday party by turning up and chucking flower sprinkles over his birthday cake or prancing around the room to make it all about her, because naturally the Waleses are maintaining a position of no contact with her. But interestingly, on the occasion of this birthday, the Daily Mail, through Marty Stelling, has more to tell us about the historical behaviour of this one's wife, as it goes back in time to this day 12 years ago, when a wood and gold easel announced the birth that was celebrated all over the world as Prince William and Princess Catherine welcomed the birth of their son and heir to the throne. Within hours of Prince George Alexander Louis, Kate appeared on the steps of the Lindo wing, looking immaculately put together to greet the world's media camping outside. The Princess of Wales, who was 31 at the time, radiated with happiness as she cuddled her newborn son and stood next to her proud husband, William. Prince George was born at 4:24 p.m. on July 22nd, 2013, weighing 8 pounds and 6 ounces, at the same Paddington Hospital where his father was delivered 31 years earlier. Even though Kate was following in her late mother-in-law footsteps with her Lindo wing appearance, her glamorous look subsequently upped the style stakes for all royal mothers going forward. But as the Mail reports, not everyone agreed with this decades-old tradition. An insider claimed that this one's wife felt sorry for Catherine after her public appearance following the birth of Prince George, and later Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis, particularly the photo calls at the Lindo wing. This sentiment reportedly stemmed from this one's wife's view that the public expectations surrounding these appearances were overly demanding for a new mother. Now, what is interesting is that this one's wife is commenting about an event that took place in 2013, which was prior to her involvement in the royal family, about which she claims she knew nothing. She didn't know, for instance, anything about Prince Harry, although we all know that's a lie. And accordingly, it would seem that if she is, and if this is accurate, and as always I leave it up to you to determine the veracity of the material, but if it is the case that she's expressing sympathy for Catherine in respect of the public appearance she made following the birth of Prince George, that must mean that she had regard to it at the time in 2013, which means, again, she does know something about the royal family, which we all knew anyway. And yet again, she outs herself as the reviser of history and liar that people know her to be. Apparently, this one's wife felt that the Lindo wing appearances were a stressful and unnecessary tradition. Yes. Now, while she's perfectly entitled to express her opinion, she does so because her narcissism causes her to need to be provocative by making such an observation, so that people will react to it. Some sources indicated that this one's wife, a self-proclaimed feminist, although never behaves like one, may have viewed the post-birth photo calls as putting undue pressure on Kate and other women to present a perfect image shortly after giving birth. This one's wife and Harry chose to keep the birth of their son Archie private and did not participate in the traditional Lindo wing photo call. But others argued that Kate both honoured the tradition of the photo call as well as providing a breath of fresh air by proudly showing her post-baby bump rather than hiding it. Parents from around the world heaped praise on Kate, with NetMum's founder Siobhan Freegard saying the Duchess had dispelled the myth that all mothers should be perfect postpartum. Kate shows what a real mum looks like, and natural is beautiful, she said. Accordingly, the Mail steps back in time to talk about what took place, and in the Queen's 2013 Christmas broadcast, she spoke about her great-grandson Prince George and said, "The birth of a baby allows people to think about the future with renewed happiness and hope." In her traditional message to the nation, the Queen also made an observation about the future for new parents. Life will never be quite the same again. Opting for an entirely different approach, this one's wife and Prince Harry broke from royal tradition in May 2019 and kept Archie's birth a fierce secret. Prince Archie was born in the Portland Hospital in Westminster, and his birth was only announced after the family of three had returned home to Frogmore Cottage. The couple decided to hold their carefully managed photo call in St George's Hall at Windsor Castle with just a handful of press present. For the occasion, this one's wife oozed glamour in a crisp white belted blazer dress by British designer Grace Wales Bonner. Then talks about what else she wore, and in a future break from tradition, the new parents used their Instagram account to announce Archie's name. Then returns to talking about George and how he's grown up, etc. But what is interesting is that it demonstrates the shadow of this one's wife. Now, she's not responsible for this article that has been placed in the Mail, but it demonstrates how the Mail once again wishes to highlight the complete difference between the two royal births, which will naturally cause some individuals to question the circumstances of Archie's birth and the legitimacy of the same, as they have done in the past, but also to highlight the attitude of this one's wife by claiming that she felt sorry for Catherine. We know that because she has no emotional empathy, it's false contrition, and, if reported accurately, is just being done for the purposes of asserting control over the audience and managing her facade, to make her seem like she cares when we all know that she doesn't actually do so. But it also provides another opportunity by returning 12 years ago to the birth of Prince George to highlight the differences that occurred in relation to Archie. A little bit of provocative behaviour by the Daily Mail to highlight the supposed sympathy of this one's wife, highlighting her contradictory behaviour with regard to claiming she didn't know anything about the royal family, which clearly she must have done. She's commenting about the birth of George and Catherine's appearance back in 2013, and furthermore, drawing attention once again to the unorthodox arrival of Prince Archie. Whilst George is 12, the shadow of this one's wife continues to loom. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.